Second semi-final, Croatia versus England. I would say the semi-finals of the underdogs.
Some would say it's coming home. Some would say it's not.
God forbid.
I'm fake as fuck. No, I can't lie. It's I don't know if it's coming out. I doubt it. But why wouldn't you think it is if it's going so well for you? Like England never ever been to this stage except from in '66.
Yeah.
Or Italia '90.
They've only had two semi-finals.
Yeah, '66 and Italia '90.
Italia '90.
But yeah, just overall, Sweden. The Sweden match was much easier than the Colombia match. I felt like everyone expected Sweden to go low blocks and be difficult to break down, and everyone's wondering how England's going to pick that lock. But I think Sweden, their normal game plan, they didn't even try it because they didn't even get into banks before. It wasn't even difficult to break down. There were gaps and you could break through the lines easy. With that being said, with Sweden, did England play well? No, I don't think they did. If I'm being honest, they didn't play well. They won. They were efficient. They won the game. They didn't play, and this is why some would say England are going far. Because they don't have to play well to win. And that's what then happens with champions. England, all they need is a set piece, like a corner.
Yeah.
They can play crap, but if they get a corner, they get one goal. You get what I mean? And that's very good to Southgate and Terry Hollands, who've been working on stuff like that in the training ground. Credit to them too. But England, I wouldn't say they played well.
For me, I think they played well in the second half, innit? Like...
Is that when Sterling was...
They had a lot of chances in the second half. They played with confidence in the second half, innit? But I'll give them credit, and I'll say my true thoughts also. So I'll give them credit for getting to the semi-finals, because
no matter what,
you beat what's in front of you, innit?
Okay.
Yeah. They've clearly worked on set pieces. That's well done to them. But what I will say is, this has been probably the easiest route I've ever seen in
my life. It's bummy, it's very bummy and disgusting. But what everyone can say is, you know what? Even though it was a bummy route, they got to the semi-finals. They gained the experience. If they drop out now, like credit to them, they overachieved. Yeah. But it's bummy.
It's bummy
because every team that is played that's big, like better than you, you've lost. That's why
I lost earlier in the tournament. Do you know what I mean? That's why Spain and Germany ruined my World Cup.
That's because they ruined my World Cup. They've seen a real test. That's why this one against Croatia is going to be quite good because they're level. I think the teams are equal. Or some would say Croatia are better. Some would say England. That's why I think it's 50-50. So we'll see. Colombia, England are better than on paper because that's a Colombia without James.
Smelly.
Sweden. They're not. Shouldn't be competition. So. England should have been winning these games, but the difference is previous Englands would have lost this match, all these matches. That's the difference.
That's the thing. If you just go back to the Euros, they lost to Iceland, so we gotta say at least they learned from their mistakes. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like they got the job done, but they ain't faced a real team, and when they did, they lost to Belgium.
Second team versus meaningless match. Second team versus second team, but
that's what's funny. But they were so happy to finish second. Do you know what I mean? But this is what they got. This is what they wanted when they finished second. Yeah, they got what they wanted, which is fair play. We'll see against Croatia, but moving on to Croatia, I can't lie, the knockouts they ain't look good in the knockouts, you know.
Croatia dominate in the match against Russia. In the match against Russia, they dominated play. They They should have scored a long time ago.
But they should have won. But they don't. Chances.
They do.
Not yesterday.
They do.
They didn't create enough chances yesterday.
They do. They get into positions in the final third where it could be just one pass. That's they get into these positions, but and I think Ribic is a good player. Like their wingers are good enough.
Yeah.
But they get into positions where they can create the chances. And the thing is, the two teams they played, the Denmark and Russia that they played, the last two matches, those teams are they'll move defensive and they'll want to catch them out. England, if they do this Lingard and
Ali.
Lingard and Ali thing, it's going to leave space. Hendo alone is going to get gas masks. He's going to get gas masks. He's going to drown in there.
I'm scared for England still because they ain't faced a proper midfield yet. So now they're gonna face
a real midfield. But at the same time, them two breaking forward, Ali and Lingard. Them two breaking forward is should put Croatia 2 on the back foot. So it's gonna be an interesting game.
True.
It's gonna be a very interesting game. True. And then Lovren and Is it Vida? Lovren and Vida against
They're
Kane.
solid.
Yeah, but the pundits are saying they're not. But Lovren has been solid. Like Lovren's
I
been
saw some
solid.
funny tweets about how Lovren had a bad game against Kane, so he might have nightmares and that. But I was thinking, Lovren, yeah, low key, big games.
Yeah, you in terms say that. Lovren in big games, he don't crumble. Lovren, when you expect him to do, but to be fair, that's why he's misjudging. Lovren in Tottenham, he misjudged that. That was disgusting. That's a big game now. He crumbled there. But what was I gonna say? And then I saw a tweet on Stan Coleman the other day where he said about the problem with England, like why it's very difficult. I think he's more or less saying why it's difficult for others, for neutrals to support England. Yeah, it's just like everything's so like either end of the spectrum. If England had lost that penalty shootout to Colombia, it would have been a disgrace. Or like we always lose on penalties, worst performance. We didn't even do this. Now that they won, best play ever, why can't you just be like we didn't play well but we won?
Yeah.
Like, why can't it just be like it wasn't a good performance but we won? It was a 7 out of 10. It was like Sterling's getting ripped yesterday. You know, Sterling was getting
at half time.
Yeah,
Sterling
was getting it was getting like abuse, but you still won. Like you still had a good enough performance. If Sterling wasn't running in between the lines and like those chances wouldn't have created. So
exactly.
he played like 6.5 or 7. No, Trippier, Henderson, and Maguire have been England's best players throughout the whole tournament.
Yeah, definitely.
By a landslide.
I agree with
then you would have to give it to.
That's even going
Pickford.
too far, man.
Then you have to give it to Pickford.
Had a game yesterday.
Then Kane.
Yeah.
Then Kane, because as a striker your duty is to score, but in terms of performance, Kane's done absolutely niche. Kane scored how many penalties? 3 or 4? 3 in it, and then 1 in the penalty shootout.
He scored 3 penalties.
And then
he
one
scored
in
a
the
goal
shootout.
which literally hit the back of his foot.
And 2 headers, I think.
And 2 little tap-ins.
What? Look.
Bummiest golden boot.
Look.
Bummiest. Lukaku, I'm praying.
No.
Lukaku, please.
No, I can't because Lukaku's coming against my France, so I don't want to.
True.
Unless he scores, but they still lose.
Nah, he'll have to bang a hat.
Yeah, and that's a myth.
It's a myth though.
Besides that, what else can I say really about England?
For me, for England, they should be proud. They should be happy.
Never said they should be proud. Yeah.
But they should know that even if they don't win this World Cup, it's just building blocks.
Yeah.
And like you said before, there's this narrative in the media. If you don't win, it's not good enough, and if you win, you're the best team in the world. They should humble themselves and really understand. Wow, we're actually here.
Lucky.
Wow, we're actually lucky to be here.
Lucky.
It's a great experience. They're a young team. Prediction for the match. It's tight.
Prediction for the match 2-1 Croatia.
Prediction for the match for me.
Modric is getting to that final.
I think he can go penalties.
Modric is getting to that final.
Why?
Modric is just getting to that final. He's a clutch player. Modric missed a penalty and stepped up for a penalty shootout.
He's clutch for his country. He missed that pen. Nah, I'm joking now. He is clutch. He is clutch though.
Not gonna have
he nearly missed his pen against Russia.
But he's got step-off pens.
Step-off pens.
Just leave it alone.
Someone else is fine.
Leave it alone.
Do you know what I mean?
And Mandzukic is a coward.
He's a coward. But to be fair, Mandzukic was cramping up. Do you see him? He was falling all over the place.
That's
he's still
why
a loser. And he's the most irritating player.
That's why he ducked out.
He's so irritating. But for me, my prediction, I think maybe it's going to pens.
Cool.
I can't say who. I genuinely can't, but I think it's going to pens.
We'll see.
We'll see.